you just needed that little something to get some of that weight off because you were to a point that it's not like you can go out and jog at 400 some pounds.
God.
It's
no.
You needed.
I'm getting sweaty just thinking about jogging.
Yes.
Hello, and welcome to Pissy But Pretty, a show about hindsight, hope, tangents, and cuss words. We are your hosts, party tricks turned semi-responsible women. I am Heather Karen.
And I'm Emily Bagan.
Hi! We're back.
Oh my God, I'm so excited to be here.
Welcome.
Thanks for having me.
We forgot to say our names last time.
I'm not Heather. I'm Emily.
Hi.
Wait, they don't know who we are? Are you pissy
Hopefully
or are
by
you
now.
pretty? I'll be pissy.
Today
you
I'm
pretty.
today I'm
Okay.
pissy.
You be pissy.
Yeah.
I'll be pretty. Hold the R.
Petty.
Petty.
Pissy and petty.
Petty Betty.
So I thought that we would I get this a lot, so I thought we would bring up, like, we kind of touched on it a little bit with, like, the food addiction and everything.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, I get a lot of weight loss questions.
Yes.
Like, how did I lose the weight?
Yes.
What am I doing? Do I eat? So I was just told to eat a cheeseburger recently, and I wanted to smack a bitch.
Bitch almost lost her eyeball.
Yeah.
When you told me that.
I just don't think it's nice to, like, why do we have to?
No.
You would think
No.
I'd love hearing that now, considering back when I was 400 pounds, definitely nobody told me to eat a cheeseburger. But I just don't know why we need to keep talking about weight. Like, why is it a thing? But it is, and here we are.
It is.
So, yeah, back when I was large, not even as large as I got to, but I remember going through my insurance company at the time because I was referred to have weight loss surgery.
Sure.
What do they call it? Bariatric.
Geriatric.
Yeah, for me these days, that's what it would be. It's called a Roux-en-Y, but I forget. Bypass.
There you go.
So they referred me for that.
Mm-hmm.
And with my insurance company at the time, I had to go through all these steps. You have to go through 6 months of meeting with a counselor that would okay you mentally wise to do all the work, a nutritionist, the surgeon. You had to follow this dietitian's plan. You had to show that you could lose weight and eat healthy because you're going to need to afterwards.
Like Dr. Now?
I'm sorry?
On my 600-pound life?
Oh, is that the old man?
Could have lost 37 pounds this month.
Yeah, he says it like it is. I like him.
He does.
Yeah, I've only seen bits and pieces, but yeah.
Right.
So, I did. I went through the 6 months of everything.
Mm-hmm.
The last step was you needed to prove that you had a comorbidity. So something along those lines, like because I'm overweight, it's causing all these other issues.
Right.
Well, if you were to have looked at me on paper and just excluded my weight, I was perfectly healthy. I didn't have high blood pressure. I didn't have diabetes. I didn't have, my knees were killing me all the time.
Right.
They told me I would need a knee replacement, but that's not necessarily.
I remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they
Sleep
said, we're
apnea?
going to send you in for a sleep study.
A sleep study.
A sleep study.
You're slutty. Thank you.
Once upon a time.
Right.
And we're going to see if you have sleep apnea, and that will be your comorbidity. Well,
What are you saying right now? Comorbidity?
Morbidity.
Comorbidity? Comorbidity.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm putting 2 M's. Pam.
The N is silent.
Okay.
Hello, Miss Lady.
Hi. I thought it was going to be silent.
So, yeah. So, I went.
Sorry.
Comorbidity.
Pan.
So
thank you for explaining that to me.
You are welcome.
Mm-hmm.
So it proved that during the sleep study that I had quit breathing on average. Are you going to make it?
I'm fine. I can't see. I'm still thinking of Combs. Nope. I'm sorry. I didn't eat yet today. Speaking of comorbidity, I don't know.
So
I need a snack.
Ways. You are crying. Any ways. So my sleep study proved that I quit breathing on average. It was like 39 times an hour.
Holy crap.
Yeah. So you would wake yourself up. I wasn't sleeping. Yes. My
terrible.
God. So yeah. So they submitted all of that in. Well, because of the sleep apnea, they gave me a CPAP machine. I could never get used to it. It was like too claustrophobic for me.
Yeah.
But they came back and
like you're a fighter pilot.
Yes. Mm-hmm. I was Maverick.
I'll be Iceman.
You can.
Okay. Let's take our shirts off and play volleyball.
As we should. I hear your cell phone.
It is. It's happening. Sorry about that. I silenced it, but didn't.
Mm-hmm. So anyways, they came back and said, I am not eligible for this weight loss surgery because they gave me a device to fix my comorbidity, sleep apnea.
Yes.
And it wasn't their fault that I couldn't use it.
Oh my gosh.
So then I think that created even more depression.
Yep.
More eating, more drinking.
Yeah.
And I'll never forget, my dad was... last few weeks of his life had ALS, and he wasn't able to speak. And at that time, he couldn't write anymore. But we gave him this stylus that we had to like extend for him, and he had his iPad, and he typed out for me that he was so worried about me. He said he didn't want to see me soon in heaven. And
yikes!
That, I think, because then I had gotten to my biggest. I had my son and was doing nothing but eating and drinking, and Digger and I were doing that together. That's what made us happy at the time. Yeah. And so I remember then feeling the guilt of that, like, oh my God, my dad is worried. He has so many other things to worry about, and he's worried about me.
Yeah.
So you think that would have done it. No. I got bigger bigger and bigger.
Because you medicated with food and booze.
Yep. And then finally, a friend of mine told me about, because I was told if I wanted to pay out of pocket for this surgery, it was something like $48,000 at that time. And this was before now we have like special clinics that I guess charge less for that. I don't know, kind of like a LASIK deal. Like,
oh, sure.
I don't know.
It's far more lucrative for you to be overweight and unhealthy.
Isn't that sad?
It's so sad. Funny how that works. Yeah.
So my friend told me about a coworker of hers that had found this place in Mexico.
Yeah.
Where you paid out of pocket. It was $5,000.
Yeah.
You had to fly yourself into San Diego, and they picked you up and they took you over the border. Mm-hmm. And I remember thinking, ooh, okay, I'm going to look into this. Yeah. I did a lot of research, and I talked about it with Digger, and he was like, this is really what you want. I said, I am so far gone at this point. Yeah. I need help.
Yeah.
I was not, anyone who's bigger or not even bigger, not even that big. I think every woman has tried something.
Of course.
There's look at the weight loss industry. There's so many things out there, pills, shakes. I got hypnotized even.
Oh.
I mean, I did everything, and I needed help. And people are like, some people say, well, that's the easy way out. Try it.
Exactly.
Try it.
Try it.
It's not easy, but I definitely needed some sort of medical intervention. I tried the fen-phen back in the day. Mm-hmm. That worked awesome. I often said if they were to still sell that, I know it's not healthy for you. It caused some heart issues.
Yeah.
I'd buy that stuff on the black market if I could have. That worked awesome for me.
Okay.
Until
it didn't.
It didn't because they made that illegal and whatever. Mm-hmm. So decided, yep, this is going to be the way I'm going to go. I remember going over to my mother's house, and I knew she was going to give me a hard time about it. And so I said to my mom, Mom, I've made this decision, and it doesn't matter what you say to me. It's happening. So I said... And
just like a side note, when I met your family, I was expecting a larger family. I don't mean to say that, but they're not.
No, I was the only big one.
Yes. How terrible.
Often people have told me, like aunts, uncles have told me that I got it from my grandma, my dad's mom.
Sure.
She was nowhere near as large as me, but yeah, I was the only large one, and having my sisters drop dead gorgeous, my brother's a handsome man. Everybody, and then there was me, stuck out like a sore thumb.
It.
Honestly.
All right.
And I think that added to it all too.
But you hid it.
Yeah.
That's why I say stop it, because I
had a really good self-esteem.
Right.
Well, and I was afraid if I got skinny, will I still be funny? Because that was a lot of my humor.
All the time.
I was always like, I'm going to crack this joke because you're thinking it.
Right.
You're thinking I'm a sweaty, gross beast. I'm going to say it.
Oh.
I was.
Okay.
I would sweat trying to breathe.
It was just upper lip sweat sometimes that would glisten. I remember that.
Oh, my God. It was
but my pits were like sweating down to my navel.
It was so bad.
It's fine.
But yeah, so I found this, and I said this to my mom, I'm going to Mexico to have the surgery. And she, by my surprise, said, well, I better make sure my passport isn't expired because I'm going with you.
Ooh.
And she was an RN at the time.
Yeah.
So you could take a companion for free. They had to pay for their airfare, and they have to pay for their food while they're there. But that was the greatest experience for me. You meet this group of people that are there for the same reasons from all over the world.
Yeah.
I remember telling my primary care physician, who is amazing too. He's this like super fit guy, like wears the too tight V-neck t-shirts.
Built like a linebacker?
Yeah. And I remember thinking he's going to not be on board with this, and he's going to, and he actually was like, Heather, I'm proud of you. I'm proud that you made, he called me then later after I told him who was going to be my surgeon.
Oh, wow.
And he was like, Heather, this guy has performed so many. At the time, it was like he had performed the most weight loss surgeries in the world, was like he travels and does lectures and all of this stuff.
Right.
And he was like, you are going to be in good hands. I am really glad that you are doing this, that you're taking this into your own hands, blah, blah, blah.
It's not like you weren't active. It's not like you weren't up on your feet 12 hours a day.
Right.
And it was... You just needed that little something to get some of that weight off because you were to a point that it's not like you can go out and jog at 400 some pounds. God. It's you needed.
I'm getting sweaty just thinking about jogging.
Jogging is not great.
I'll play dead if somebody's trying to chase me first.
Well, I just got to run faster than you, I guess.
And you will.
I don't know. Okay, I'm a sprinter. Short distances, the legs. I'm a corgi.
Yeah, you are.
Yeah.
So went there, had the surgery, got a lot of weight off.
Yep.
Still wasn't enough. I was 330 pounds. Digger had decided, because he had gotten the biggest he had ever been.
Yeah, I remember that
We
conversation.
look back on those pictures, and he was unrecognizable.
Yeah, he was a big guy, except for his ankles.
He does. He's
tiny ankles and calves.
Yes. I had the cankles.
I was like, how is he standing? He just... Yeah. I thought the same thing with my husband as well. They have very dainty ankles.
I do, men always, So, he had decided that he also wanted to try this. He wanted to go have this done. And
you were still drinking.
We were still drinking, yep. And so then I had talked to the surgeon, and we were emailing back and forth. And I was like, I saw you a few years ago. This was in 2017 that I had my surgery.
Yeah.
Saw you a few years ago. I am stuck at 330 pounds. I had lost 70 plus pounds, and that was great.
Yeah.
But I wasn't losing anymore. And he was like, you'd be a perfect candidate for a revision, which was going from the gastric sleeve to the bypass.
Okay.
The sleeve was where like they just take out part of your stomach and it like looks like a sleeve then, I guess, or something. Not real sure.
With
Maybe
a
I should know.
thumbnail?
I'm sure.
Looks like this sleeve. I'm saying.
I can't.
I'm the worst.
Like this sleeve?
So comotor. Right.
Right. So we didn't tell anybody because I kind of felt like a failure in that too. Like I didn't want to tell people that I'm going to have yet another surgery because I hadn't lost enough yet. So I was going there to be his companion. And so he had the sleeve, I had the revision, and now I'm 150 pounds.
Yeah.
But I now know of so many people that have gone to this facility and have had to have it done because unfortunately now you get all these shots and whatever but it's like if you could just get, I mean, I'm not saying the surgery is for everyone. It's not.
Right.
But like this was my journey. This is what we chose to do. My husband has lost a ton of weight. His sleep apnea, I don't know if it will ever be better because he's always been a snorer, even when he was in high school, even when he was still in all of his sports. But
again,
his blood pressure has gotten so much
active.
Yeah,
person.
He is.
He was a big guy.
Yes.
Very smushy.
Very smushy.
Very active.
Yeah.
Athlete through and good at everything.
Oh, God, it's annoying.
But couldn't lose weight though.
Yeah, right.
It's
so
big.
Now
he needed that step.
Yeah. And that's the way we chose to go about it. And unfortunately, the later in life you wait to lose weight, that skin doesn't bounce back. So now that's gross and hanky.
Oh, you stop it.
If you're a plastic surgeon out there, let me know. I would love to get rid of all of this. And of course, that's not covered under insurance. I tried.
Never is. Yeah.
I tried. I wish that it would be. Here I am finally happy with where I am. And I would just like to get this gross skin that's hanging on me off.
Yeah.
But right now, I got bigger fish to fry with everything going on in life. Maybe one day I will, but that was our journey, and that is how we chose to go about it for everybody that has asked me throughout the years. And
it's a big deal, and people do, and sometimes they're scared to ask those kind of questions.
You're right.
Certain people are just forward almost to a fault, like you should eat a cheeseburger, and then there's other people that are like, gosh, I wish I knew what she did, but I'm not comfortable to ask that kind of thing.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to talk about weight. It's a sensitive issue for people. And I mean, it is, maybe it shouldn't be. I think maybe starting that dialogue is a good thing.
Well, and I feel like too, when I first went to Mexico to have the surgery done, I told no one. My mom knew, my husband knew, and that was it.
Yeah.
My siblings didn't even know.
Me?
No, nobody knew. My siblings, like
the second time.
The second time. I remember coming back and telling my siblings that because you fly into San Diego, so they all thought I was going to a special hospital to have it done there for cheaper. And so I remember sitting down with them and telling them that actually Mom and I were in Mexico. And they all said, well, thank God, because we would have been so worried. We're glad we didn't know.
Exactly.
And now,
you're saying I'm going to go to Mexico and have some surgery. People are like, well, nice knowing ya.
Hope you come back with all your innards.
Yeah, exactly. Don't get arrested.
Yeah, right.
Don't drink the water.
They're going to sell your parts on the black market.
Yeah, I lost a kidney once.
And yeah. Whatever. And now medical tourism has actually become a thing, unfortunately, because healthcare here is what it is.
Yeah.
But now I actually went with a friend last year to the same place as her companion, had it done, had my teeth fixed there for a lot cheaper than here.
Yep.
And I mean, you have been told from this BMI calculator.
Yeah. Every time I go to the doctor, I'm obese. because I had postpartum preeclampsia. Like 4 days after I had my daughter, my blood pressure spiked. And I was like, God, I don't feel good. I don't like it. And they put me on medication. I've been on it ever since. So they're like, you're overweight.
Is it because of the meds?
What?
Or is it because
no.
They say you're overweight and that's why you have high blood pressure?
Yeah. You've got to get your high blood pressure under control by losing weight. I would have given my left
tit to look like you. I still would.
Thanks. Okay.
It's gone. I mean, I don't have any left anymore.
I live there, under teeth. Well, you can,
Yeah.
You can have some of mine.
Thanks.
Because apparently I'm morbidly obese.
No, not morbidly. That's a whole nother category. You're just
comorbidity. What? Anyways, yeah, it's a big deal. It's every time I go.
Calculator.
Oh my gosh,
we need to update.
It's a full page. It's a full page
disgusting.
Of your BMI today was far above where you should be as 5 foot tall, 45-year-old woman. You're gonna want to think about, losing weight or
my sister too. My sister is super tall. She's got gams for days. I always say she's supermodel.
Right.
And she's considered overweight. And I'm like, excuse me, this BMI calculator needs a revamp or something or to be shut down completely because that's so ridiculous. For them to say you need to lose weight.
Right. But I mean, and it gets in your head. And honestly, thinking about while you were talking, I remember I've never in my entire life been happy with my body. When I was 19 living on my own, I was 98 pounds and I hated my body. I always felt there was something wrong with it, head to toe.
I wish I could go back to my high school self and be like, you think this is fat?
Snap out of it.
Just wait.
Yeah.
Just wait. I was in Palms in my little short skirt and all that.
Oh, God,
You think this is bad?
Yeah.
Just wait. This isn't bad. This isn't bad.
Yeah.
That's
until you're 45.
What we do to ourselves.
I hate it, though.
We do.
Yeah.
And the older we get, the harder it is to get off.
Oh.
And
Jesus
in
Christ.
more ways than one.
Hey. Sorry. Oops.
But yeah, it's something that
the weight off.
Yeah. As we as a country have just.
And I'm terrified of even like talking to my doctor and being like, so what would you recommend? Because I know I'm supposed to work out and all of this when I work 55 hours a week. I'm a mother.
Time for that.
I'm on my feet all the time. It's obviously I'm not going for a jog.
If I don't have time for a massage or a pedicure, I am certainly not going to make the time to work out.
Gross.
I have a gym in my basement.
I do too.
Haven't been down there.
I have 2 treadmills and a bike and a boxing machine.
Boxing machine? I want one.
It plays music.
I love that.
And you beat it to the beat. You beat the beat up, essentially. Yeah. Like a Guido.
Yeah.
Okay. I do that. No, I bought it for Jonah. He loves it. It's great.
Oh, fun.
Yep. Bluetooth. It's a thing.
Oh, cool.
Well, I really appreciate you sharing that story.
I appreciate you appreciating me.
It's a lot of appreciation that's going on today.
Happy Appreciation Day.
Ew. Okay. I don't know why I said ew. Maybe I'm supposed to be more positive.
Yeah.
But yeah, those were always questions that I think as your bestie, do I have boundaries? Usually not. But the weight.
You once kicked me in the vagina. You have no boundaries.
It made the funkiest noise. I had a Birkenstock on.
I have a very shallow vagina.
That's why
you almost lost it up there.
I almost lost my size 6 Birk.
Oh, gosh.
It did. It popped. Yeah. Anyway, but I didn't want to talk about your weight. I didn't want to talk about the weight loss. Because you're not supposed to. It's a little taboo. But I mean, we talk about everything else. And that was something when we started this, I was like, are we addressing the food? And you're like, absolutely. Yeah. And I was like, okay.
Look, if let's I can help one person, I've been in your shoes. I have made the fat jokes. I still
big old
call myself
11s wide shoes.
I would.
Remember that?
Did I ever tell you once when I started selling my shoes on the World Wide Web?
Right.
Because I had to bump up to a 12 in heels. Now I'm a 10. It's funny. You lose weight in your feet, too.
Oh.
But anywho, when I started selling my super cute heels.
Right, your clubbing shoes.
Drag queens.
Yes, they did.
And I'm pretty proud of that.
Fancy gentlemen are out there wearing your shoes.
They have the best style. So I am flattered.
They smell like cupcakes.
Yeah.
I don't know.
All right. Well, that's that.
I love it.
Thanks for tuning in again.
Yeah.
I love you.
I love you. Wait, are you saying it to the audience or me? Okay.
To everyone.
Thank you. I love you too.
I love you, plant.
I love your plant. I love your bush.
Goodbye.
Bye, y'all. Thanks for letting us tickle your ear hole and not turning us off after the first 30 seconds. Don't forget to subscribe and join our email list to get in on the action.